Statistics here. I want to go over how to aim. This is how I aim. So I'm a third-person player, so I use hipfire, third-person aiming, and aim down sights. Now I'm going to give you examples of each of those so you know what I'm talking about. Now here's hipfire. So I'm just using the crosshairs as I run and gun. It's kind of a spray and pray. Here's the second one, aim down, or third-person aiming. I use that for mid-range. So I'm just using the left trigger to tighten the crosshairs, and then right trigger to fire. ADS is actually, using a 4X, red dot, something like that. Now, if you're not very good at aiming, you're going to be spray and pray, which is going to look something like this. You need a spray and pray gun, DP28, an Uzi, a Tommy gun. Those are good guns to start out with. The better your hipfire will be, the better your other types of aiming will be. So like right here, because my hipfire was so close to his head, I was able to use the aim down sight, slightly move it to the right, get a quick headshot. Even though he hit me first, I was able to take him out. So a tip for using the hipfire, since that's what I want you to get good with first, strafe. You've got to strafe. So I just strafed right, shot the guy, got back into cover. But when you start getting good at the hipfire, you can start incorporating ADS, but you can always drop back to hipfire again. And that's what I did right here. So I was aiming at one guy, heard the second guy, was able to take him out. But that doesn't mean you can't be fast. Even with the Type A, I use Type A, I'm able to left trigger 2 times really quick, and I was able to get 2 kills instantaneous. So whenever I'm using my 4X, I usually put the firing mode at single, but I actually suggest putting it at full auto and just get used to tapping the trigger to make it fire 1 round at a time. That way, if you get into trouble, you can just back off and go back into full auto, or in case you forget. I see that happen a lot too. So once you've mastered the hipfire aiming and third-person aiming, that's when you can start to incorporate, doing the ADS more. That's why I said I want you to do it in that order. The better you do the first 2 is really going to help the ADS. So my point right here that I want to show is a lot of people, when they run in third person and they're playing on the Xbox, they're going to run with their crosshairs pointed down. That way you can see kind of at eye level. This is a dangerous situation to run like that, but watch me. You'll see me run across this. The way to counteract that is you either have to have a high general sensitivity so you can raise your crosshairs up to fire at somebody, like right here. The other thing that I did is what I've been saying all along is I did the strafing. So when I got that up to eye level, instead of stopping to actually aim at him, I just put the crosshairs at eye level and strafed back to cover and was able to hit him. So because when you have that high general sensitivity, it's going to make it a little bit harder to fine-tune your aiming. So that's why I use the strafing. So I keep my sensitivity for my 2X and my 4X at 6. It's kind of where I like it, and I have what's that called? Aim acceleration set to default. I accidentally had it at default, and come to find out I'm doing better with it, so I've just left it alone now. With my general sensitivity, I leave that at 96. So aiming with the Xbox controller is very difficult. It's not like the ease of a mouse and a keyboard. So whenever I'm leading somebody, I try to keep my crosshair right around the angle of the neck, because I don't have time to sit here and look at what's the bullet drop. So I don't know. I know if I go too high, I'm not going to get a shot at all. So if I try and keep the crosshair at their neck, if it drops a little bit, it's going to hit them in the chest. That's going to be strong enough to take them out. So if you're really good with hipfire, third-person aiming, and ADS, you need to be able to switch between the 3 as quick as possible. So you need to master all 3 of those segments. But like I said, start with hipfire first, because that's going to be the one that'll win games for you. So you're going to see me switch between all 3 really quick. So I started on that guy with aim down sights. I went to third person. I'm strafing so I don't get hit. And then I'm going to go right into hipfire. With hipfire, you can even move more. So you can make your movements kind of random and throw them off their game. So step in, step out, hipfire, get the kill. Like I said, if you can own that hipfire, like look, this is the end game, and I'm using hipfire. It's close quarters. There's trees everywhere, but I brought the fight in close. I was able to get the kill. You master that hipfire, you're gonna start winning more. I don't care how your other aiming is. Get good at that hipfire.